Let's dive right into the video for today. SBC Bank of America Ripple has some very ambitious ideas that they haven't revealed yet. In today's video, I'll also give you a glimpse of the wider picture of what's in the works and how one of the most spectacular wealth creations in human history is about to take place. Ladies and gentlemen, history greetings. Let's set the tone for this next video. Listen to this Brad clip right now. Holding house, it was a few years ago. Return, but pay attention to what he says about Bank of America and their patent. They won't make an announcement. Everybody pays attention to these reports. Could you comment on Bank of America's patent application, indicating that it may be utilizing the Ripple ledger for its currency transactions? Could you verify or put an end to the rumors? I can't say for sure, but I believe it's well known that we operate with many banks worldwide, including some of the biggest ones now operating, are now our clients, and we'll keep collaborating with major banks worldwide. I was also taken aback by that patent application, as there has been no announcement. Okay. And with all that has transpired over the last few years, wow. Zagon was a member of the Federal Reserve Faster Payment Task Force Committee and worked at Ripple for nearly 5 years. Going to present a film in which they were lecturing about regulations since the beginning. They have worked to inform these regulators about what a Ripple is and how we should handle it. You may be wondering why they pursued Ripple XRP. Because they are aware that Bitcoin 2.0 will come next, and that much is true. We'll overtake Bitcoin to take the top spot in the cryptocurrency. What the heck are you talking about, brother? As of right now, we are extremely early in this process, and I am with Ripple. We've had to make this request before, this query. How can we control a novel technology whose future evolution we cannot predict? When we gathered around similar tables in 1997, we asked the same questions regarding the internet. Although we had no idea how to control it at the time, we did come up with a set of international guidelines for e-commerce regulation that are still in place today, and that was that. Rules must be uncomplicated and unambiguous. Bill Clinton suggested at the time that there would be security and consumer protections with consistent cooperation. It was adopted there by the UN president, and it was approved in Europe under the Bonn Declaration. That clip dates back to 2016, and now we're in 2023 battling a silly little lawsuit brought by the world's most dishonest organization, the SEC, where JP Morgan pays them fines annually. Moreover, it's as if they're paying them. Why would people like Brett come to work at Ripple, where they worked at PayPal for 9 years as a CFO while on a visa for 7 years? And after that, spent nearly a year as CFO at Ripple because they saw the vision and knew everything was going to change. A complete overhaul of the infrastructure is imminent, and now pay attention, everybody. Take a look at these dots. We're going to reconnect with them. When Bank of America, HSBC, announced its blockchain supply chain in 2016, guess what? They did it by utilizing the Infocom Development Authority of Singapore, ASBC, and Bank of America. Singapore is also a party to this. Since its inception, Ripple has grown significantly in Singapore. Disclosed that they had developed a blockchain application using the Hyperledger protocol, but as you can see in a moment, they weren't very successful and needed assistance over the following year. Guess who HSBC hired to join their technology advisory board to profit from technological innovation? Ripple was the only company hired, Chris Larsen. This was connected to cryptocurrency at HSBC in 2017. According to HSBC, the board will convene every quarter to offer counsel and direction. Regarding the infrastructure, digital prospects, cybersecurity, and creative technology of SBC, as well as its technologyology and digital strategy, as they were, HSBC and Bank of America were attempting to launch a blockchain supply chain initiative. They requested assistance. The Hyperledger Foundation webpage can be found here. Look ahead to 2018. They declared that the Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium now includes Ripple. Now, go ahead and kill that, but only if you're finding enjoyment in the video thus far. And as you are all aware, we have Nain Gupta. He has been employed at Ripple for the past 7 years at this point. As the chief architect of SBC's worldwide working capital effort in liquidity management, he was named one of the 50 most promising young leaders in 2018. Before joining HSBC, He worked as a technology relationship manager at Citigroup before spending nearly 9 years at HSBC, where he oversaw working capital and liquidity management. Currently, he is employed at Ripple. Encouraging XRP and on-demand liquidity Ripple is not your typical corporation. Our goal is not to create a tiny market. Do Y, share, or do X, and earn a little sum. We are here to leave our mark on the universe, whether it be financial or otherwise. Either the remittance or your understanding of how value is transported globally between individuals, between organizations, or it's practically 0 or 1 because we will simply vanish. Part of it stems from our conceit in Silicon Valley, and part from the fact that 6 years ago, we were founded to move money the way information flows. We are making it today. It's the correct day. We are a monoline company, since we believe that this is a fundamental distinction of our Ripple, possibly operating with the current ecosystem. We receive tens of thousands of ideas every day. Would you mind settling for security? Why are you not employed in trade finance? What should we tell them if you don't perform XYZ? Let's start by solving the $155 trillion problem of cross-border remittances. We are going to change things for everyone. Who is in this room, and only then will we look at anything else after we have made the difference. As more major banks embrace blockchain technology, HSBC will introduce tokenized security storage services. Do you recall yesterday's discussion about bonds? HSBC declared that they would keep tokenized digital assets known as securities to serve as a stand-in for regulated securities like bonds. They have declared their intention to use blockchain technology to modernize. Tokens representing gold in the bank's vault are created by the London gold market system, and I'll explain in a moment how XRP will play a key role when this is fully implemented globally. Additionally, there is a PDF from HSBC discussing actual LED technology and capital markets. Let's move on to the leadership. Share, as they are calling it, is a term they use to describe how Ripple and XRP DLT can streamline end-to-end value transfers while lowering costs, operational risks, and settlement times. For instance, Ripple's XRP ledger offers real-time cross-settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. Mr. Stewart, Ripple's principal legal officer, was employed and he has served as chief counsel at HSBC and as a member of the executive leadership teams of Citigroup and HSBC North America Holdings. Ripple is aware that once this is all over, U.S. banks will utilize XRP, as Brock R. very much stated a few days ago. Simply put, they're not ready yet since Ripple is still being pursued by the SEC, and even regarding the SEC case, for example, we deal with U.S. banks as clients. As you are aware, I spoke with them following the SEC case, and I would say that everything was fine. We may now provide a product called on-demand liquidity that leverages XRP. I will approach those banks and suggest that we talk about that, and they will respond by saying, look, even though you won the case, the U.S. administration remains antagonistic. The OCC is antagonistic toward cryptocurrency, and until that changes, the U.S. banks will not participate in any meaningful way. And as of the moment, let's now examine in detail how tokenizing gold will provide XRP ownership of digital gold and facilitate smooth transactions on blockchain systems. It will be tremendously advantageous. This cutting-edge strategy encourages a more accessible and liquid market for investors. Leveraged and tokenized gold by representing gold as digital tokens on a blockchain and tying each one to the security of XRP. XRP can completely transform the precious metals market. We're not talking about XRP security here. Rather, we're talking about the security viability of XRP's role as a bridge currency, which further facilitates seamless transactions and increases liquidity and accessibility in the tokenized gold market. The quick exchange of XRP confirmation time guarantees speedy and effective transactions in the market for tokenized gold. Because of its liquidity, XRP acts as a bridge currency, facilitating smooth cross-border transactions without the usual banking costs or delays. This enhances market efficiency overall and speeds up asset conversion. The XRP's decentralized structure, by using smart contracts and escrow capabilities for programmable agreements and secure conditions for gold transactions, Ledger improves the security and dependability of transactions in a tokenized gold market. For this reason, on a side note, the banks want what these governments desire, and Ripple has their escrow account for that reason. Ripple and escrow for market and financial stability, and lastly, XRP's interoperability facilitates integration. The huge value payment system, known as RTGS by the central bankers in the room, is one in which many platforms and financial systems provide seamless connectivity for goods and solutions that are much more simply plug-enabled by asset issuers and asset purchasers. To put it another way, we are reforming that to make it a plug-and-play system far more readily. Quick settlements that plug in on the XRP tokenized gold transactions and tokenized assets will be shaped in large part by XRP, as a ledger reduces exposure to counterparty risk in the market. All things considered, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely thank every one of you. Please share your thoughts with me in the space provided below, and we'll be back with an additional video soon. With the hypothesis that cryptocurrency liquidity will someday be able to facilitate reliable global payments, we began to create waves. Significant payouts are net. Was created so that consumers would be able to switch to ODL once the market became sufficiently developed. This is precisely what is happening. Flip the switch. I believe what we're building. Are you aware that it addresses a genuine issue? And I believe that each token represents my advice. If the genuine value is being supplied to a real consumer and there is actual utility, then the token will have a value that anyone may understand.